Hey, what is up? My name is Jocelyn, and welcome to my podcast. What is up? Thank you so much for joining me today. Here is a little bit of an introduction to me. My favorite color is yellow. I absolutely love yellow. It is very bright. I love it a lot. I don't know when I started liking the color, but I do know for a fact that if anybody ever asks me what my favorite color is or what color I prefer, it is definitely always going to be yellow or black and white, but in most cases, definitely yellow. I love Christmas. It is one of my favorite holidays in the whole entire world. I really love everything about it. The snow, the decorating the Christmas tree, the gifts, Secret Santa. That is something that I absolutely love. I love Minecraft a whole lot. I am not embarrassed to admit it. I've loved it ever since I was around 8 to 9 years old. It is just one of those games that I truly do like a lot because there aren't that many rules to it. You just kind of jump into the game, make your world, just do your own thing and then finish the game, even though there's you really don't ever finish it. It's just really interesting. It's really creative, and you have a lot of freedom in the game, which is something that I truly do love because I am not a really good person with following instructions and accomplishing many things. Anyways, I'm rambling a lot. What's something else about me? I love video game consoles and anything that has to do with technology. I'm currently getting invested into researching about building my own PC. I really want to make my own PC because, once again, I love Minecraft, and playing on PC is a whole lot better than playing it on mobile or on a laptop. So I'm definitely looking into that. I love guinea pigs. I have two. Their names are Timon and Pelusine. I used to have one. The first time that I got a guinea pig was when I was around 10 years old, I believe, and his name was Pumbaa because he reminded us of Pumbaa from Lion King. I'm really shy and awkward. I say a lot if you haven't caught on. Yeah, I say a lot, and I'm really shy and awkward. I've been this way for as long as I can remember. If I'm with the right people, I do get comfortable, and I'm not so awkward and shy, but it's just how I am. Besides that, something very important about me, I love art. It is a very, very big thing, and it's a big part of my life. My dad is actually my inspiration. He draws very beautifully. I started getting intrigued by art and his drawings when I was around the age of 10. Elementary, I was really only focused on acrylics, watercolor, colored pencils, crayons, oil pastels, all the interesting stuff that they get introduced to in elementary. By middle school, I was really only focused on doodling, drawing eyes for some reason, sketching, and using charcoal and just pencils most of the time. Nothing too interesting. But by high school, I was more into digital art. And sophomore year, I joined the newspaper staff, and I mainly joined it because of design. And I knew that the class had, people who had designers. So I joined the class, and that's what I primarily do now. I do design for newspaper, and I absolutely love it. Let me think of something else. Oh, yeah. I play the guitar. Not a whole lot. I'm not a professional. I'm not amazing at it. I know a few songs, but just like the intros, of course, nothing too complicated. I currently want to learn Dust in the Wind. I've been wanting to learn it for a while now, but of course, whenever it comes to playing the guitar, I do get easily discouraged. I don't have much patience, so that's a pretty much a downside about me. I don't have much patience for learning things, and I do leave projects unfinished for most of the time, but, I do believe one day I will pick up the guitar and finally just play it, because I really want to. It's a really amazing instrument. But anyways, I am rambling on way too much. Let's just get straight into this episode and let me inform you on what you're here to listen about. Okay, now finally into the interesting part. I'm gonna get straight into the episode, as I should have done like 4 minutes ago. Today's episode is going to be about The Office. I failed to say this in the last part. One of the key important things to know about me. I love The Office, which is why these next 2 episodes include, so like this episode and the next episode are going to be about The Office. This episode specifically, I'm going to be explaining to you why I believe more people should give the show The Office a shot and truly watch it to enjoy it. Because I can personally say from my personal experience that it took me more than 2 tries to start watching the show. So if you don't get into the show or get hooked immediately from watching the first episode, which I don't blame you, because that first episode, actually the first whole season is really just not the best, but if you really do force yourself through it like I did, I promise you, you will get to the best part eventually and you'll end up falling in love with the show. If you're currently lost and you have no clue on what I'm talking about, do not worry. That's what I'm here for. I will fill you in on what The Office is about in case you don't know. The Office is a show about a paper company in Scranton, Pennsylvania called Dunder Mifflin. It follows employees as they go through years of working together, follows their relationships, certain events, everything like that. Some important characters to know are Michael, the boss, and employees Jim, Pam, Ryan, and Dwight. There are many more characters that you will meet, but these are the very key important characters. It is based off the British original created by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, which only had 2 seasons, and the American version has been nominated for 42 Emmy Awards and has won one for directing, 1 for writing, 2 for editing, and of course, to no surprise, 1 for the best series. Now, this is where my great persuasion skills are going to come into play, and hopefully, I can persuade you and, I don't know, get you intrigued into watching the show. Okay, for the rest of the time now, oh my god, what happened to my voice? For the rest of these next few minutes, I'm going to be giving you points and my own personal experiences, my own opinions as to why I believe you should watch the show. So hopefully you do stick around and listen to my points. If you don't, that's also cool beans. But anyways, let me just jump straight into these points so we can get this over with. Jumping straight into the first point, which can really go for any situation. It really applies to anything, but I'm going to use it here. And that is, it never hurts to try and watch a new show. Just completely get out of your comfort zone. I can definitely say from my personal experience that I definitely believe that this show wasn't meant for me. I was so used to watching shows like Gossip Girl, The Fosters, The Vampire Diaries, I don't know, just different shows. Oh my god, Gilmore Girls and New Girl. Like, those types of shows, which are completely different compared to The Office. They still have that comedy type of hilarious type of vibe, but it's not necessarily the same. But, it's like, just get out of your comfort zone. Even if you believe this show may not be for you, just try it out. Just give it one shot. Don't go into it thinking of negative thoughts or listening to what other people have to say. Just go into watching the show because you truly want to watch it and, just give it a try. Because, you'll just never know if you truly do like it until you actually watch it. So, which is pretty much common sense, but it really just, you don't have anything to lose, really, if you think about it. Unless you go in with, having high expectations, then I guess it would be a bummer to, not have those expectations met. But overall, you just truly won't ever know if you do like the show or not until you actually do watch it for yourself. Okay, next point, which is pretty obvious. I feel like everybody should know this, even if you haven't watched the show, but I'm going to put it in here. And it is that The Office is just completely hilarious. Now, we all have different types of humor. We all laugh at different things. Me, I personally laugh at basically anything. I have an inside joke. I have a bunch of inside jokes with my best friend. We always we have this inside joke where I could literally just say quack or say lamp and we will literally just start dying of laughter. So I can easily laugh at most things. So getting into the humor of The Office was really easy for me because, Michael makes a bunch of subtle jokes and he's really cringy and he's just really awkward. So that was really easy for me to laugh at. But, there are people who are very uncomfortable with watching people who are awkward or who are cringy and just, maybe their humor isn't Michael's. But not only is Michael, one of the characters that will make you laugh, but everybody else really in The Office makes you laugh. We have Creed. He's really weird and creepy. He's pretty funny. And Stanley, the attitude that he's always having. Meredith, she makes me laugh every now and then. Angela, Pam, of course, Jim and his pranks. And if characters don't make you laugh, I can definitely guarantee that the overall chaos that is constantly going on in the show, that will definitely make you laugh, And what else is another point? Yeah, I think I already made all the points. But really, if you just, I don't know, just like look up stuff on YouTube and look up like funny scenes. One of my favorite scenes is when Stanley goes off on Ryan, the temp, because of something. I'm not going to spoil anything, do not worry. But if you look up stuff, and there are plenty of memes out there too, of especially Dwight. There's a bunch of Dwight. If you look up stuff, I guarantee that you will definitely chuckle at least a little bit. Trust me. On to the next point, which is one of my favorite points I put in this list, and that is the character development for the characters throughout the show truly is one of the most amazing things in the show. It's my favorite thing. I really love how it focuses not just on the main characters, but everyone around the main characters. That's what I really like about the show. It doesn't just focus on, the main characters that I named off, such as Michael, Jim, Dwight, Pam, and Ryan. It focuses on everybody overall, and I really love that. They all changed in their own ways, and it's really nice to follow them along in their journeys. It's actually kind of wholesome if you think about it. Oh my god, many characters form friendships with each other as a result, and it's honestly the greatest thing ever, Sometimes even the most stuck up and weird characters turn out being the ones that you love the most, because I can definitely say that from personal experience. Dwight and Angela actually ended up being some of my favorite characters in the show, even though in the beginning I truly kind of despised them. I really did not like them, especially Angela. She really got on my nerves for most of the time, but by the end, I was literally in love with her character, and same thing with Dwight. Also with Kevin. He kind of annoyed me at times too, but, they all change, and I really love that. The character development is something definitely to be looking forward to in watching the show, in my opinion at least. Next point on my list is... I'm kind of surprised to even be putting this one on here, but I mean, it is what it is. And that point is that the love in this show it's just amazing. I love it. I'm going to admit to this, but I did cry several times throughout the show because, of relationships and everything like that. Once again, the show did an amazing, amazing job of not just focusing on Jim and Pam's relationship, but other people's too. And I truly did love that. Not to mention, oh my god, yes, definitely this point. I love this. These love stories aren't so simple. They each have their own challenges and sad moments. They're not all perfect all along. They're really realistic, and that's what makes them really interesting to follow. I initially did start watching the show because of Jim and Pam. And I really was focused on their relationship for like 70% of the time, but by like the third season-ish, going into the fourth, I was more invested in other people's relationship, even though it wasn't really romantic either, or, just friendships or whatever. Love can go either way, friendship or romantic, but by the third-ish, going into the fourth-ish season, oh my god, I was really invested in other people's relationships too. And I feel like that just gives it a great balance, just not focusing on one relationship the whole entire time, but focusing on others too. That makes it really interesting. And that's one of the things that I really did love about this show. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the reasons why I also just keep on rewatching the show, because the love in this show is just truly one of the most amazing things ever. On to my next point, which is one of my favorite ones to be making, and that is that this show is 9 seasons long. So it's pretty long. I already said long like 3 times. Anyways, each season has around 20 to 22-ish episodes. Each episode ranges from 20 to 40 minutes, so that totally means you can binge watch this show without feeling too guilty, You're not going to be sitting for an hour to 40 minutes, just watching a whole episode, and it's not going to take you forever to finish a show. I mean, it might if you pace yourself well. I did not pace myself all too well. I feel like I finished the show pretty fast. I don't remember how long it took me to finish it, but it was definitely under 3 months. So for quite a bit of a time, I did just sit in my room watching the show. I'm just now noticing how fast I finished it. Anyways, yeah, you can just binge watch it without feeling too guilty, you know. You can watch it while you're studying or, I don't know, just in a sitting. Get some snacks, relax, watch it with friends or by yourself, whichever way you would like, and just binge watch the show. So it's like, I don't know, it's just like, it's the perfect balance, you know, like 9 seasons long, 20 to 40-ish minutes long episodes, each season having 20 to 22 episodes. I mean, like, come on. It honestly just can get any better than that. Next point, we are about to finish. I just have one more point to make, and this will be the end of the episode. But next point, honestly, you just have to trust me on this one, and that is that somehow, in some way, you will eventually just become attached to the show. The sooner you accept it, the better it is. If you don't, then I will actually be truly surprised. You know, you'll either get attached to a certain character, a certain scene, a certain episode, a certain season, the little intro, the music, or something like that. You will somehow get attached to the show. Once again, from personal experience, I can definitely say that you somehow will get attached to the show. There was a time when I stopped watching the show, and I could definitely tell how my mood changed a whole lot. Whenever I watched the show, I was significantly a lot happier and, I don't know, just more relaxed and less annoyed. So watching the show every now and then, or basically every single day, just became a part of my day. You know, I would come back from school, work on homework, and have The Office right beside me. And then whenever it would come time to going to sleep, I would watch around 2 to 3 episodes before going to sleep. So it just became a part of my daily routine. So that just shows, I don't know, at least for me, it definitely, I did get too attached to it. And sad thing to know, actually, I just learned this recently. They're going to be taking it off of Netflix. So I'm going to be sad because that's where I watch it most of the time. But that just, I don't know, that just truly shows that even me, a person who started thinking that I wasn't going to be attached to the show, I ended up getting attached. All right, I've come to my last point, the very important point, and that is The Office is truly just a great classic. You know, just not trying to watch this show, or at least knowing that you watched the beginning, is like not trying to watch How I Met Your Mother, that 70s show, Friends, Gilmore Girls, or Gossip Girl, or any popular show that you might know of. It's just a good classic, you know? And for a while, I actually do believe I started watching the show because I did feel left out. I would hear a lot of people talking about Dwight this and Dwight Christmas and then Jim and Pam this and then, you know, the teal teapot and then Jim's high school picture. And I'd be like, what are these people talking about? I literally don't have a clue on what they're talking about. So feeling left out about people having a great connection with the show did make me feel, you know, kind of weird. So I didn't like that. So I started watching the show, and now I can, I don't know, it just feels better to know what people are talking about. And not only that, I got to see a show that I can just truly say is one of my all-time favorite shows. It's definitely number one, which is shocking to even say now because I, at some point, did hate when people talked about The Office, and now I'm here making a whole podcast persuading you to start watching the show, you know, because that's just how much I love it. So, you know, it's just a great classic. Honestly, at the end of the day, if you don't finish the whole entire show, at least watching the first season or the first episode would just be great. It would just be enough, honestly. Okay. I say okay way too much, honestly. Anyways, if you've made it this far, which I would be surprised if you did, anyways, if you're still not interested in watching The Office, or you do know a little bit about it and you're still not intrigued, I'm sad. That sounded really weird. Anyways, I'm sad. You know, it's kind of disappointing. I'm kind of disappointed in you, but it is what it is. So I'm here to give you a last minute recommendation, and that is, in case you don't want to watch The Office, I highly do recommend that you watch How I Met Your Mother. Now, this one is more sappy, you know, more lovey-dovey, more romantic relationships, but the storyline is one of the very best storylines I've ever come across from all the shows that I've seen. And I've seen so many. Trust me, I've seen a lot. It's just another great show. This one will definitely have you crying at least for half the show. At least that's what happened to me, especially by the end. I was definitely sobbing for like 90% of the time. It's just another great show. It's still hilarious. I would say it's still funny. There are certainly many funny characters in that one. Barney especially. Barney is very funny. He's one of my favorite characters in the show. But yeah, How I Met Your Mother it's kind of like another great classic. I only watched the beginning when I was like in middle school, and in the middle I did kind of miss out on a few episodes, and then by the end I did watch it completely. But just trust me on this one. In case you don't watch The Office, please, 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 pretty please watch How I Met Your Mother, because that is another great show. Okay, this is the end. There I go again with saying okay. I've made it. We've made it to the very end of this episode. If you made it this far, that is a lot of dedication. Thank you so much. If you came from my Finsta, actually, thank you for paying attention and actually reading the caption. Thank you for remembering too. I hope you are having a great day. If you didn't come from my Finsta, I still hope you're having a great day. If you're not, I hope it does get better. Please smile. It's a demand. You have to smile right now. I'll be waiting. Just kidding. I won't. If you didn't smile, well, I hope somebody does make you smile later on today. But sneak peek into my next episode. It's going to be Christmas special. It's going to be a Christmas special. I'm going to be ranking the Office Christmas episodes from the okay-ish to the best, the greatest, actually. Just because one of them is ranked on the first as the okay episode does not mean that it is not great. They are all amazing. I love them, but I am going to be doing a ranking. I am rambling on way too much and I'm stuttering. What's another point? I keep on doing that noise so much. Oh, okay. I don't know where this is going to be posted, but I'm sure it's going to be posted on the Columbus East High School News website. And in case it is posted on there, there should be a little section at the very bottom where you can put a comment. I don't think you have to. I think you might have to make an account, but I'm not sure. In case you just want to, go ahead and comment something down there. Put a little winky face or a little XD face or something. I don't know. A Vine reference, an Office reference, just in order for me to see who actually did listen this far. Because if you did listen to the whole entire episode, girl, I think we might be soulmates or something. Totally kidding. Anyways, I seriously have to stop rambling. Thank you so much for joining, for listening to me. And this is me signing out. Bye.